So we've made a ton of bean stews here on Spain on a Fork, some that are very well known outside of Spain, like the classic Spanish chickpea stew, and others that are not so popular, like alubias de Cantabria. Today, we're making another one of those dishes that are not very well known outside of Spain. We are talking un potaje de chícharos. This white bean stew hails from the beautiful province of Sevilla in the region of Andalusia. And let me tell you, it's got so many incredible flavors. Like seriously, it is so good. But the best part is how easy it is to put together, folks. This is the perfect dish for any occasion, yet it's extra special on one of those chilly days as it really warms your soul and fills your body with so much goodness. Let's begin by grabbing a large deep fry pan. You can also use a stock pot here. Heat it with a medium heat and add in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 30 milliliters. While the oil is heating, I'm going to cut 2 slices from a baguette that are 1/2 inch thick, which is 1 1/4 centimeters. And I'm also going to grab 4 cloves of garlic and remove the skins from the cloves. After heating the olive oil for about 3 minutes, I'm going to add in the slices of baguette and the cloves of garlic. And we're going to fry the slices of baguette for about 2 minutes per side and saute the cloves of garlic between 3 to 4 minutes or until they're golden fried. In the meantime, let's get the rest of the ingredients ready. I'm going to roughly dice 1 medium-sized onion, finely chop 1 green bell pepper, and we'll cut 1 large potato that's been peeled, washed, and patted dry into small pieces that are 1/2 inch thick, which once again is 1 1/4 centimeters. Now the potato I'm using for this stew is a new potato. You want to use a potato here that's more waxy than starchy. That way when you cook it, it doesn't get mushy and it keeps its shape. Once the cloves of garlic and the slices of baguette are golden fried, I'm going to remove them from the pan, transferring them into a mortar and then setting it aside. Now using the same pan with the same heat, I'm going to add in the diced onion and the chopped green bell pepper. And we'll mix the vegetables around, that way they're all coated in the olive oil, and you don't have to mix this continuously, but do get in there every minute or so, that way the vegetables don't brown too quickly and they all evenly saute. After about 5 minutes and the onion is nice and translucent and the bell pepper lightly sauteed, I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 2.30 grams. And we'll give it a quick mix, that way that paprika is evenly coating the vegetables. Then I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of tomato sauce, which is 115 grams. For those of you that follow Spain on a Fork, you know that I make my tomato sauce using fresh tomatoes and finely grating them. But to make this recipe, you can also use canned tomato sauce or even passata. And we'll give this a quick mix and simmer it for a couple minutes. After about 3 minutes and that tomato sauce has really thickened up, I'm going to add in the pieces of potato, 2 cups of cooked white beans, which is 400 grams. The ones that I'm using come from a jar, which is the same thing as the canned ones, and I did add them into a sieve and rinse them under some cold running water before adding them into the pan. And we'll season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give this a gentle mix, that way all the ingredients are evenly mixed, and once again, remember to be gentle here, otherwise you can easily break those white beans apart. Once everything is well mixed, I'm going to add in 3 cups of vegetable broth, which is 710 milliliters. Now the broth that I'm using is homemade. You'll find the recipe on how to make it in the iCard above and description box below. We'll turn up the heat from a medium heat to a high heat. Add a bay leaf into the pan and we'll give it a quick mix, that way everything's evenly distributed. Once the broth comes to a boil, I'm going to place a lid on the pan and lower the fire from a high heat to a low-medium heat. And we're going to simmer this for about 20 minutes or until the potatoes are perfectly cooked through. In the meantime, let's move back to the mortar with the fried baguette and garlic. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of finely chopped parsley, which is 8 grams, and a pinch of sea salt. And using a pestle, pound down on the ingredients until you form a paste. If you don't have a mortar and pestle, you can also use a food processor for this step. Alright, let's move back to the stew. It's been simmering for about 20 minutes on a low-medium heat. I'm going to remove the lid. And at this point, those potatoes should be perfectly cooked. You know, you can always pierce them with a toothpick, and if it easily goes in, they are ready to go. For the final step, I'm going to add in our bread and garlic thickener into the stew. And we'll give this one final mix. That way everything's evenly mixed together, and then simmer it for another 1 to 2 minutes on a low-medium heat. That way that stew can really thicken up and all the flavors can develop. After about 2 minutes, I'm going to remove the pan from the heat, transfer some of the stew into a shallow bowl, and we'll sprinkle it with some finely chopped parsley. Check it out, our potaje de chícharos is done, a beautiful Spanish white bean stew from the province of Sevilla. Beautiful presentation, incredible aromas coming out of it. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. Seriously, that is one good looking dish. Here we go. You know, it is so sad that this white bean stew is not more popular outside of Spain because it has so many incredible flavors to it, and then that thickener really takes it to the next level. We saw this so easy to make, simple ingredients, and like I told you at the beginning, the kind of dish that's going to warm your soul and fill your body with so much goodness. Try this at home. You are going to absolutely love it. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Sam Cohen, Kent Anderson, Michael Cole, Luli Garcia Diaz, and Grace Suarez. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. For the rest of you, if you're not with me on Patreon and you'd like to support the show so I can continue to release videos like this, you'll find my Patreon link in the description box below and iCard above. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button. Till the next time, hasta luego.